coming out, possibly one of the hardest things a trans person will ever have to do in their whole life. Because there are a lot of emotions involved in coming out. You know, negative ones and positive ones, being relieved that you actually are out, you know. But it sucks because it's just scary in general. Kind of like when you fall and your bag of groceries goes everywhere. Kind of like what's going on right here. And then you fall on your bum, and then all the groceries are around you, and you're like, well, crap. And then your butt hurts. Which brings me to the point that, you know, coming out can hurt. You can get rejected, you can just not be accepted in general. I don't know why that analogy came to mind. My experiences of... God. Okay, alright. My experiences of coming out personally have been pretty good because I've only come out to my friends. I watched Connor's video. He's the Tuesday guy, one of the Tuesday guys, and he mentioned that this week's topic of coming out is supposed to be more of a focus on family, which I actually didn't realize. I think other people did, you know, a little bit of friends too, but I can't really talk about coming out to my family because I haven't done that. Although I can say that back in July, or when was it? I was still in high school. It was summer break, and after dinner one day, my mom and I remained at the dinner table and we were talking, and I don't know how we got on the topic, but we were talking about girls' clothes and how I don't ever wear any. And then there were some tears involved on my side. Somehow that all started up. And I said, Mom, I feel like I was supposed to be born a boy, you know, that's what I want to be. And at the time, I didn't have a big revelation going through my head like, oh my gosh, I just came out, because I didn't know the term transgender. You know, maybe at that time I was still thinking it was a phase, because for a big part of my life I did think, you know, my second half of high school I'll start buying more female clothing, which is now not going to happen because I realized that, I don't know, it's not going to happen though. But yeah, so I actually did tell her that, and she didn't once raise her voice. She didn't cry, or she didn't even act disappointed, you know, she just listened to me. And it was just really good. And then, I don't remember how that conversation ended though. I know it didn't end badly, but you know, when I come out officially, which is going to happen before I leave for college again in about 1 month, I am going to say, you know, Mom, I'm actually transgender. Like, I don't just want to be a boy. There's a legit term for that. And that involves therapy and eventually testosterone hormones. And getting all those details is going to be far more in-depth than that talk we had when I was in high school. You know, it's not just, oh, I want to be a boy, the end. You know, dinner's over, we just go off and carry on with our life. No, it's like, you know, you don't have a daughter. You know, it's a pretty big piece of news. As far as coming out to my dad goes, I don't know if he suspects at all. You know, he's always hinted at, why don't you wear some nice girl clothing and stuff, and it never works out, so I'm sure that he realizes something's going on, but I really don't know how he'll react. I feel like he's going to be disappointed, but yeah, I don't know. I really don't know what to say about parents. I'll make a little update sometime in the future when I actually do come out to let you guys know how that goes. But anyways, as far as coming out to friends have gone, I actually came out to my roommate first in college because we were just talking about, you know, we were having like a 1 in the morning conversation, just not doing homework, you know. And yeah, we were procrastinating, which we do a lot, and we just started talking about that, and you know, I basically came out to her, but at the time I didn't say, hey, I'm trans, because for some reason, I don't know why, we thought that being transgendered means, like, like me, but then you have to like girls, because if you're a trans guy, that means you're male, but I don't know, we just thought you had to like women, and I am attracted to men, so that means I'd be gay, but we weren't sure if there was such thing as a gay transgender person, so and then a few days after my roommate and I had that talk, I looked up, I started researching it. This is first semester of college, and then I realized that yes, sexuality does not matter, and regardless of who you're attracted to, you can be trans. So then I was like, well, that's it. That's what I am. So the fact that I'm actually transgender was actually a pretty recent discovery, like that term. But yeah, and then I came out to my 3 best friends back home in Maryland. And they were really good about it. One just asked a bunch of questions, which is really awesome, because I'd rather have her ask than me just give a lot of details. And one is like really into God and stuff, which is awesome. And I wasn't sure how she'd take it, because like, isn't God supposed to be, I wasn't sure if she'd say, God made you the way you are and you should stay that way. But she was all like, oh no, God doesn't judge and he'll love you the way you are. And it was really sweet. And that was awesome. And then the other person that I talked to, she was cool with it. She said, yeah, I could obviously tell. And then about a month ago, I came out to my 3 closest friends in college. Or no, wait. Well, one is doing a summer program, like an outdoor program, so I don't think she knows. Or she may suspect what's going on. And the other one's at a language program, where she can't really talk in English a lot, so, because she studies Chinese. So, I can't explain the whole trans thing to her in Chinese, so I'm not really out to her, but I am out to her roommate. So, maybe they've talked about it, I'm not really sure. But yeah, yeah, and I'm just basically coming out to more people. Just people ask me on Facebook, and I'm pretty open about it now. So that's good. So yeah, that's about it. I'll tell you how it goes when I actually come out to my parents. But yeah, I'm just kind of paranoid that they'll be really disappointed in me. They're really loving parents, and I have an awesome grandmother who lives with us. I feel like the older the generation, the more unaccepting they'll probably be, which I hope my grandmother proves me wrong, but I mean, I don't want to lose their respect or, their caring, so I'm very paranoid about that. But it'll be okay. So yeah, that's about it. I'll see you next Wednesday. Sorry this video was so boring, not any cool stuff, just vlogging. This gum is all gross now. Anyways, goodbye. Coming out. Possibly one of the hardest things a trans person will ever have to do in their whole life. Man, what am I supposed to say now? Okay, hold on, redo.